Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So here's the thing. My reading year didn't exactly go as planned. You know, life, work, a little bit of procrastination. I mean, who hasn't been there? Now let me tell you about this collection of short stories. It is like the perfect African spice blend. Rich, bold, and packs a punch. So let's dive into it, shall we? Now, African Roar is an anthology of 11 short stories, published by Lion Press. It's a collection that spans across several African countries: Zimbabwe, Ghana, Nigeria, and yes, even the African diaspora gets its voice here. It was first published in 2010. Anyway, let's talk about what makes African Roar so unique. Okay, the first story in this collection, Big Pieces, Small Pieces by Novuyo Rosa Tshuma, is an absolute gut punch, and not the kind where you laugh it off with a haha, I'm fine. No, this one hits you right in the feels. It's about a family torn apart by abuse. And let me tell you, Chuma's writing is sharp. You're not just reading about a dysfunctional family, you're feeling every single moment. She gives you imagery that sticks with you, almost like a mental tattoo. Like the fall of a beer jug is no longer just a clumsy mistake. It becomes the catalyst for tragedy. The arrest of the father, a nightmare, a Che Guevara t-shirt. Innocent enough, but in this context, it's a symbol of something more sinister. It's chilling, but in a way that isn't over the top. It's quiet, understated, and yeah, goosebumps are inevitable. Next, we've got Behind the Door by Kola Tubosun. Now imagine this. You're about to find out whether you have HIV/AIDS. Your heart is pounding, the clock is ticking, and you know the news could go either way. But here's the twist. Tubosun doesn't just tell you the events. He builds the suspense so well that you feel the tension. It's like you're the one getting tested. One moment you're calm, and the next, your brain's running wild with every possible outcome. This story does what good suspense does best. It keeps you on the edge of your seat, no matter how small or big the moment is. Now here's one that really made me pause. Yesterday's Dog by Masimba Musodza. This story is a bit of a philosophical journey. It's about how life, particularly political life, has this cyclical nature. Freedom fighters become the new oppressors. It's like, wait, did we really gain freedom or just a new set of masters? The main character, Stanley, is falsely accused of spying for the white man, only to become a freedom fighter himself. And you know what's wild? After independence, he gets a new role, an interrogator using the same brutal methods on others that were once used on him. It's an allegory to Zimbabwe's political landscape, and it packs a punch. Are we really better off, or just repeating the same mistakes? Next up, Nestbury Tree by Ayodele Morocco-Clark. Now this one was a real head-scratcher. It's about fate, faith, and a tree. Yes, a tree. But not just any tree. It's accused of harboring witches. And the story asks the question, can prayer make a tree fall? And if it does, what does that mean? I won't spoil it for you, but let's just say this one kept me thinking. Is it divine intervention? Or is it something else entirely? You'll have to decide for yourself. Then we have Cost of Courage by Beaven Tapureta, which is set in Zimbabwe. This one tackles unemployment, the frustration of youth, and the energy wasted without direction. It's honestly a reflection of so many African countries, not just Zimbabwe. It's that feeling of being stuck, potential without opportunity. You've got energy, you've got dreams, but no road to travel on. Can you relate? Lost Love by Ivor W. Hartmann is, well, a bit of a heartbreaker. It's a quiet, poignant story about a man in an old age home, reminiscing about a love he never truly had. It's the kind of love that never bloomed, but you can't help but wonder what might have been. It's subtle, but it stays with you. Now let's talk about A Cicada in the Shimmer by Christopher Mlalazi. This one gives you a bit of a psychological chill. We've all heard cicadas buzzing, right? Well, what if those sounds were more than just insects? What if they were something darker? This story taps into those little unsettling thoughts we sometimes have, the ones that pop into our minds and make us wonder if we're just imagining things or if something else is really going on. Quarterback & Co. by Chuma Nwokolo is a wild ride. Imagine an insect sucking a quarter of a worker's brain. Yeah, you heard me right. And it's not just weird, it's a powerful commentary on the grind of modern life, especially for Africans in the diaspora. You're working 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. 6 days a week for a life you can't really enjoy. It's psychological, thrilling, and just makes you rethink everything about your work-life balance. Return to Moonlight by Emmanuel Sigauke. Oh man, this one hit me hard. It's about a man who returns to his roots after living abroad, and he's changed. Uncomfortably so. He's scared of germs, can't stay at his mother's house anymore. It's a story about the cultural alienation that comes with living in the West. It's funny, yet deeply sad. Sometimes we leave home to grow, but in doing so, we lose pieces of ourselves along the way. Truth Floats by Nana Awere. Damoah is about the importance of honesty and friendship. It's got that classic African storytelling vibe, full of proverbs and wisdom passed down through generations. It's one of those quick reads that leaves you thinking about your own relationships and what you really value in people. Finally, we end with Tamale Blues by Ayesha Harruna Attah. It's about a city girl who travels to Tamale to visit her grandparents, and along the way, she learns that life outside the city has its own beauty and hardships. It's a reminder that there's more to life than just what we're used to. Sometimes we need to step out of our comfort zones. So there you have it, African Roar, a collection that truly delivers. It's diverse, it's emotional, and it's a reflection of the African experience in all its complexities. From the darkest moments to the lightest, it captures everything. I highly recommend it, whether you're from Africa or just curious about the rich tapestry of stories that come from this continent. And that's all for today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more reviews, and let me know your thoughts if you've already read this book. And if you haven't, link is in the description. Until next time, happy reading.